You ever wonder why you'll happily fork over $5 for one coffee, but wouldn't dream of paying two for another? Or why you see one soda brand literally everywhere, while another one you can only get online? Well, the answer to all of that lies in a really powerful idea in business called the marketing mix. You've probably heard it called the 4 Ps. And believe me, it's the hidden engine behind pretty much every product you know and love. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we're going to bust a huge myth about what marketing even is. Then we'll walk through each of the 4 key pieces: product, price, place, and promotion. And you're going to want to stick around for the end because that's when we'll get to the secret ingredient that pulls it all together and creates some real magic.
All right, first things first. Let's clear the air about a major misconception. When most people think about marketing, they're really only seeing the tip of the iceberg.
I mean, seriously, when you hear the word marketing, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For almost everybody, it's ads, right? Social media ads, TV commercials, those giant billboards. And look, that's not wrong, but it's just one little piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. Just think about it for a second. The funniest Super Bowl ad in the world can't save a product that's just plain awful. A beautiful Instagram feed is totally useless if the price doesn't make sense or if customers can't even find the thing to buy it. Advertising is the last thing you do, not the first. And that right there is the whole point of the marketing mix. So the solution is to zoom out and use this framework called the marketing mix, or as it's famously known, the 4 Ps. It's basically a tool that forces you to think about every single part of the journey, not just the flashy ad at the end, to actually get a product into a customer's hand successfully. And probably the best way to picture the 4 Ps is to think of them as these big strategic levers. This is not a simple checklist where you just tick off boxes. No, it's a balancing act. If you pull one lever, let's say you decide to slash the price, that move is going to affect all the others. The whole goal is to get all 4 of these levers working together in perfect harmony. So let's start with the first and honestly, the most important one. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here with the product. This is the foundation of your entire house. If you get this part wrong, nothing else you do is going to matter. Now, product is so much more than just a thing in a box. It's the whole experience. Does it actually solve a real problem for someone? What are the features like? What's the quality of the design? Even the way it's packaged and the customer support you get after you buy it, that's all part of the product. The main thing to remember here is that great products aren't just dreamt up in a lab. They're built around a really deep understanding of what a customer actually needs. Okay, let's talk about our second lever, price. Price isn't just a number on a tag. It's a powerful signal. It's a shortcut that tells your customers exactly what to expect and communicates your product's value before they've even laid a hand on it. Let's just use coffee as an example. A low price basically screams, I'm quick, I'm convenient, I get the job done. But a high price that says I'm premium, I'm artisanal, this is an experience worth savoring. Now, neither one of these is right or wrong, but the price absolutely has to match the product you're selling and the story you're trying to tell. And figuring out that price, well, it's not as simple as just covering your costs. You've got to see what your competitors are doing, of course, but the most important thing is you have to understand what your customer is actually willing to pay for the benefit you're giving them. It's a super careful calculation of their perceived value. Moving on to our third lever, place. And no, this isn't just about a physical store. It's all about access. How are you going to make it dead simple for your customer to find and buy your stuff? This might sound really obvious, but it's so critical. You could have the most incredible product at the perfect price, but if people have to jump through hoops to buy it, guess what? They're just going to give up. Bad distribution can completely cancel out all your other hard work. And today, place can be pretty much anywhere. It could be a retail shop, your own website or app, a giant marketplace like Amazon, or even just clicking a Buy Now button right on a social media post. The strategy here isn't to be everywhere at once, but to be exactly where your target customers are already hanging out. And now, finally, we get to the last P, promotion. This is the part everyone thinks of when they hear marketing. The ads, the social media campaigns, the PR stunts. But notice how it's the very last piece we're talking about. That's because promotion is the voice, but it needs a body, a solid product, price, and place to actually work. You see, great promotion isn't just throwing things at a wall to see what sticks. It's a very deliberate process. It all starts with knowing your customer, inside and out.
Once you've done that, then you can pick the right channels, whether that's TikTok or a super niche trade magazine, and create a message that's actually going to connect with them. So we've gone through all 4 of the levers, but the real secret, the key to a truly powerful strategy, isn't being great at just one of them. It's all about synergy. It's about making them all work together in perfect lockstep. When the whole mix is aligned, everything just clicks. A luxury watch with a high price tag sold only in exclusive boutiques with really elegant advertising, it all makes perfect sense, right? But just imagine that same exact watch being sold with a big discount sticker and a goofy, loud TV ad. It just creates this jarring disconnect. It feels off, it feels untrustworthy, and that feeling kills the brand's power. And that right there is the ultimate goal. Every single one of the P's, product, price, place, and promotion, has to be perfectly aligned around your ideal customer and the specific feeling you want your brand to have. Every single lever needs to be pulling in the exact same direction.
So it really does all come down to these 4 levers. When you get them balanced and working in harmony, their impact doesn't just add up, it multiplies. It creates a strategy that's strong, coherent, and just incredibly effective. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think about your absolute favorite brand. Could be a tech company, a snack food, a clothing line, anything. Now try to map out its 4 Ps. I am willing to bet that you'll see that everything from the product itself to its price to where you buy it and how they talk about it is all working in perfect harmony. What looks so effortless is actually just brilliant, brilliant strategy at play.